Greetings, cats and kittens, and welcome to Libby's Lullabies. Today, we are going to journey once again into the Emerald Kingdom as I read The Dragon and the Unicorn, The Magic of Friendship, written by Charly Froh, with illustrations by Zuzana Svobodova. So I want you guys to sit back or lie down. Either way, enjoy the story. Once upon a time, in a dreamy place called the Emerald Kingdom, there lived fantastical creatures of every kind. The fiery dragons lived in Cloud City, and the magical unicorns lived in Sparkle Land. But they had never met. The marbled mountain rose to the sky between their homes. Wow. Dan the dragon thought he had everything he needed to be happy. He breathed fire, he was caring, and he was oh so smart. What more could Dan need in his fantastic flying life? Good question. Fran the unicorn thought she had everything she needed to be happy too. She trotted and galloped. She was kind, and she was oh so smart. What more could Fran need in her marvelous magical life? What more could she need? One day, a blustery blizzard struck the Emerald Kingdom. The wind whipped and whooshed, scooping up and carrying off everything in its path. Everything. Even Dan and Fran. Oh my. When the storm finally frizzled to an end, Dan and Fran were both far, far from home. The first thing they spotted was each other. What is this curious creature? Dan thought. She doesn't have wings. How does she fly? What is this strange stallion? Fran thought. He has 2 horns. How does he perform magic? Ugh, thought Dan. There's no time to worry about this fireless fellow. I must find Marbled Mountain so I can fly back home. Okie dokie, thought Fran. I've got no time to wonder about this non-magical mister. I must find Marble Mountain so I can gallop back home. Dan tried to flip-flap-fly up to find the mountain. But oh no! His wing had been hurt in the storm. Oh my, oh my! Dan couldn't flippity-flap up with his broken wing. Fran tried to clip-clap climb up to find the mountain. But oh no! Her hoof had been hurt in the storm. Oh my, oh my! Fran couldn't clippity-clop up with her injured hoof. Dan watched as Fran healed her wound with her magical horn. That's as awesome as gobbling up spicy salsa, he thought. But there was no way he was going to ask for help. How difficult could it be? He was a dragon after all. So, Dan tried to put his wing in a sling. But oh no! He got all twisted and tangled up. Whew. Fran was mighty thirsty after using her magic. She watched as Dan melted the ice to have a slurp. That's sparkle-tastic! Really fantastic, Fran thought. But there was no way she was going to ask for help. How difficult could it be? She was a unicorn after all. So Fran licked the icy ground. But oh no, her tongue got stuck on the frosty ice. Dan fluttered around, whimpering and wailing, twisted and tangled. Fran flopped to the ground, neighing and snorting with her tongue still stuck. They caught each other's eyes, and they giggled. Well, thought Dan, all right. He fired tiny flames, melting the ice to free Fran. Yippee-yay, Fran thought. His fire is as amazing as glowing glitter. She skated over and healed Dan's wounded wing. Hippity hip hooray, Dan thought. Her magic is as exciting as a marshmallow roast. Hop on my back, Dan said. I'll fly us to Marble Mountain. Cool. The unlikely pair flew until their tummies began to rumble grumble. Dan landed, and they each prepared their favorite treats. Radiant rainbow pancakes with candy syrup for Fran, and fancy frog slime on spiderweb scones for Dan. Try some of mine, Fran offered. Dan swallowed the whole stack in one bite. Lost my son. But, oh no, Dan's face turned a gross, grimy green. He slurred. This is far too sweet for dragons. Dan felt woozy and dizzy. He wobbled and trembled until he fell splish-splash into the roaring river. Oh my, oh my! I can't swim, Dan howled, and my waterlogged wings won't flap. Oh my goodness. Fran took a deep breath and plunged in. Hop on my back, she said. I'll swim us both to dry land. She's got fire in a whole different way, Dan thought. Yes, she does. Back on land, the pair began to slip and slide, but oh no! Dan and Fran were headed toward an icy maze. Suddenly, Dan felt a hairy tickle in his nose. He wiggled his snout, shook his head left and right, and achoo! Gesundheit. The ice melted away. He's magical in a whole different way, Fran thought. Look! Look! There's Marble Mountain! Fran cheered. Now we just have to clip-clop and flip-flap around it. At long last, they reached their crossroads. One way led up, up, up to Cloud City, and the other led down, down, down to Sparkle Land. Dan blushed. I couldn't have made it without you. Fran sighed, and I couldn't have made it without you, my friend. And that's how a dragon and a unicorn became best friends, and they lived happily ever after. The magic of friendship. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your day, or your evening, your week, or your weekend, and I will see you next time on Libby's Lullabies. Cheers.